Alrighty, so I got a special treat for you today. I am going to save you boys and girls, at a minimum, $46 and some change. I'm trying to get my badass grape in this camera. The ISU-130, what can I say? Don't waste your money. I thought maybe it was just a misprint when I was reading over the stats, but it really, if I remember, I didn't break it down for the gun traverse. Look at this right here. Right here. Yes, you see that right. 2. It has 2 degrees of gun traverse to the left. 2. All of 2. And all of 10 to the right. So basically, don't waste your money on a camo net. Don't waste your money on nods. Because every time you have to move that your tank destroyer to the left or right, which you have to do plenty of, because every time a tank is driving in front of you, you have no gun traverse, especially to the left, to the right a little bit, but so you're constantly moving your hull, bump, 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 bump. So you're always disengaging your nods or your camo net. The gun is wicked. The gun is wicked. As you can see, I got I took one shot, bounced. This is a very map-dependent tank destroyer, especially with that crappy gun traverse. If you're on a city map, yeah, well, you know, and you only get 1,000 hit points with all of 90 millimeters of armor in the front. You do get 90 on the side, but you can't side scrape because you can't move your gun enough to the left or right to be able to side scrape, and you get 60 in the rear. So I normally do, like, you know, do a review of the tank, show you, you know, the battle, and then go over the results. We're gonna do a little bit backwards here because I do not want to see people waste their money. That's why I do this. You know, I feel if I go out and spend $46, I've got the extra cash, and I can save you, the consumer, who, you know, that might be, you know, your dinner for you and the kids for, you know, for a couple days or whatever, so, worth of groceries. You know, I'm single. Well, I pay a shit ton in child support, so I might as well be married with 10 wives, but anyway. So, anyways, the predicament I'm in, I live in my truck because I drive semi-truck, so I don't have a house payment. You know, I don't have a lot of payments that you guys normally would, you know, car payment, house payment. I don't have that kind of stuff, so I'm able to spend my money a little bit more than most people would. Credit-wise, you will make a butt ton of credits. I mean, took one shot and got decimated, and I still made 7,440 credits. Awful, you know, I mean, I did absolutely no damage. The gun, though, and I'll show you the results of the next match, and I'm going to do them in the order that I'm showing you these. So the first match you're going to see is going to be this one. I went over, it was for George, I went over to the right side of the map where a lot of your heavies and stuff go. You do get a nice amount of gun depression, -8. I wish it were -10 to make up for the no gun traverse, but what are you going to do? So I went over there, and unfortunately for me, a lot of our heavies went there. The IS-3, the OHO, just everything went that way. So the only option I had would have been to basically drive up in, try and get a shot off and back out, and that wasn't going to happen with all those people over there, or I would have just been pounded. So I moved to the left, and lo and behold, there sits a ML2, I think it was, autoloader. 2 shots, I was pretty much screwed. I had like null. I mean, I was like one shot after that, because 1,000 hit points when you're getting hit for 450 does not go far. Basically 3 shots and you know, you're dead. But, you know, Type 5 heavy, that sees you, you're 1 shot. E100, they hit you, basically you're going to be 2 shots. I mean, they really need to fix this matchmaking so you're not seeing with something with 1,000 hit points. I mean, yeah, given it does have a gun that does 490 average damage, I was hitting for a good amount on the next match, and I'll show you that. There's nothing to really see on here. Basically, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us that did 0. That was my first match. Like I said, If I go out and do shit, which that's what I did, shit, or if I go out and do a decent amount of damage, that's my first match, I'm going to show it. I'm not going to go out and play 25, 30 matches until I get a 3,000 damage game and go, oh yeah, here it is, such a great, oh yeah, you got to buy it, oh yeah, because it looks good, and then you find out it's a piece of shit. Two, I mean, that's a joke. A gun traverse of 2, I mean, that they should have never released this thing with that. It's just, I can't tell you. It's just, if I would have known it had 2 degrees of gun traverse going one side, I would have never bought it. I would have not wasted my money. Unfortunately, then I wouldn't have been able to do this review to tell you not to waste your money. And you can see I took 1 shot, 3 hits, and I was dead. So that was the first review, or first results, and you're going to see, and that's going to be the first replay you see. And the second one was this one. A lot better results. I sat in the back, and literally as far in the back as I could. Then when I came up front, this guy in the Super Conqueror was slinging, you know, premium rounds, gold rounds. He's a tier 10, because it was a tier 10 match, slinging gold rounds at the front of this thing that has all of 90 millimeters of armor. I'm like, what a fucking dud. You know, it's one of those people that I can't wait for the, I actually sent him a message, yes, that is. I can't wait for them to nerf the premium shell for dipshits like this, that all they shoot is premium rounds. He didn't have an auto loader. I can understand in a way if that would have been like an AMX a 5B or a 50B, something that has got an auto loader. He was just over fighting with the you know, the big group of heavy tanks, and you know, he just loaded a premium magazine, and you know, happened to have 4 or 5 shells, whatever, loaded. You know, I can understand that. But when you shoot round after round of premium ammo into something that's got 90 millimeters of frontal armor, that tells me one of the 2 things: you're fucking retarded and you have no skill to aim for weak spots, or you're just a fucking dud and you don't know how to play the game, so you just run around slinging, you know, premium rounds at everything. I mean, I'm not the best at doing that, but I'm also not the worst. I mean, this guy was just like blatant. That's all he was shooting, you know. And I was shooting standard rounds and I was penning him. You know, I mean, it's called aiming, but a lot of people don't know how to do that. They just hit number 2. Oh, I'll hit number 2 and I just go right through him. All 90 millimeters of frontal armor. He could have hit me with an HE shell and probably decimated me, but too stupid to do that. So anyways, that was the second match. Ended up being a lot better. It was a Master Badge Class 3, a Master Gunner, and a Fire for Effect. We hit the dipshit, and his name was Hertzan, whatever. And the Super Conqueror 2 times for 1,020, so you can see it does hit good. 490 average damage, and I was hitting in the high 5s. The M46 Patton, I got a nice shot in his side for 539. T44, we hit him 2 times for 777 and finished him off, and knocked out his commander and his loader. I think I actually put one right through his turret, which I was really shocked about that one. And the J Panther 2, which is got a hell of a good gun. It's got actually pretty decent frontal armor, good slope. We put one through the front of him for 489. We did second most damage in a tier 10 match at 2,825. We got 1 kill and base experience of 815. So you can, as I'm saying, this is a very map dependent tank. You have no gun traverse. You don't want to have to try and side scrape around a building at all. You don't want to have to get yourself out there in a tier 10 match because 3 shots and you're dead. You sit in the back and take shots of opportunity and just hope and pray that you got a decent enough team that you don't have 7 tanks coming at you. The reload on it for 490 average damage, phenomenal. 8.69 seconds for 490 average damage. That's like unheard of. But it makes up for it with having 2 degrees of gun arc to the left and 10 to the right, and no armor. Yeah, so anyways, we had 10 shots, 7 hits, 6 pen, and I bounced 1 on the Super Conqueror that was slinging all premium rounds. Did a total damage of 2825, and then from a distance of more than 300 meters, that was 1266. We got hit 3 times, and again, 3 pen and 3 killed. It only takes 3 shots to kill this thing. We damaged 4, destroyed 1, and after all was said and done, we shot all standard rounds. I wanted to shoot a premium round, and I didn't because the penetration drops but you do more damage. It goes from 215 on your standard round, we'll go over this real quick too, to 187. And with it being tier 10s, I didn't want to risk not penetrating, but your average damage bumps up to 570 from 490. Your HE shells aren't bad at 65 penetration, 640 average damage, so not too shabby for the HE rounds. Like I said, the gun is actually pretty damn good. I wish it did have a little bit better pen for its standard round, being that your premium round drops drastic. I mean, it goes from 215 to 187. Your damage does go up, but in a tier 10 match, you just don't want to risk it, because if I would have started taking shots and stuff with the premium rounds, I'm almost positive I didn't shoot any premium rounds. Normally I load up a premium round as my first round, but being it was a tier 10 match, I didn't, because I wanted that extra penetration. So yeah, we made a good amount of credits, 68,000, 9 credits, all standard rounds. But like I said, it's a very map dependent tank destroyer. You have no gun arc to the left, only 10 to the right, so you're constantly moving your hull. So like, I've got nods, and I thought I had a camo net, but I don't. So the nods, kind of a waste, in a way, because once I move, they disengage. So hopefully it's something coming at me, and, he's kind of coming right at me, literally right at me. Because if he turns to, would be his right, my left, then I'm going to have to move my whole TD, to this way. And as soon as you do, you disengage your nods, and it will go invisible if he's out, that far of a range. So just to go over it real quick, I do like the gun. I'll tell you that. I do like the gun. I wish, like I said, I had a little bit better penetration, but what are you going to do? I didn't invent the game. So we already kind of went over the gun. Average damage per minute is 28.54. Dispersion is 0.37. Aim time is 2.1 second. That's stock. Mine, my rate of fire is almost basically 7 rounds a minute. My reload is 8.69 seconds. That is phenomenal. I mean, for doing 490 average damage, you're looking at normally a tank that's got like a 13 second load time. So, I can almost put 2 rounds into somebody, and this is with a crew that's pretty just, 1 crew skill. So it's not like even 2 or 3 crew skills. I mean, that reload time is going to drop more and more and more. So, yeah. So your gun traverse speed should be pretty quick, considering it barely moves. It's 28. The hull traverse seems to be alright at 29.87. That's not bad. It is pretty slow, I'll tell you that too right now. Again, your gun depression is -8 plus 14.3. So yeah, you got decent gun depression and 14.3. So yeah, you can aim it up pretty good. Gun traverse sucks at 2 to the left and 10 to the right. Aim time is pretty damn good at 1.97, and that's because of having the vents, of course, and I think one of my crew skills will hover over it, and let's see. Nope, just the vents helps the aim time get down to 1.97. My dispersion is 0.35, not too shabby. My average damage per minute is 33.83, not too shabby. You only get 1,000 hit points, and you have no armor, 90 in the front, 90 in the side, and 60 in the rear. So basically, everything that hits you is going to penetrate you. It's got this big old chunk right here for the gun mantle. Not going into, because they probably don't have it in, the one where you can see what the armor settings are. Can't think of what it is. But anyways, it's probably not even in there because the tank just got released today. Weight limit, you're looking at, 52 ton, up to 52.6 tons. Mine's set at 47.65. Engine is 520 horsepower. Your specific power to weight kind of sucks at 10.91. Basically 11. Pretty slow. You hit a hill, it's going to slow you right down. Top speed is 38 in forward, 14 in reverse. So even the reverse speed I wish were better. 20 is really optimal, but with that specific power to weight, it's not going to get you out of there too much quicker anyways. Concealment's pretty darn good at 21, sitting still. Goes down to 3.21 when you fire. 14.21 on the move, and 2.17 while you move and fire. I got my view range up to 490, but that's with nods. And I think that's all that's... Oh, and vents is going to help that. and one of the crew members has a recon skill. And our signal range is 746. So all in all, just hold on for a minute. I will have 2 replays for you. The one where I did 0 damage, and then the second one where I sat in the back like a little biatch and basically, you know, just sat back there and did all my shooting. And like I said, in a nutshell, don't waste your money. If you've got the ISU-130 which is the Tier 7, I think it is. It's that thing that's got the IS-6 gun that shoots like a damn machine gun. If you got the SU-122-44, ISU-122S, the SU-152, ISU-152, any of those, don't waste your money on this. Unless they buff that gun traverse to more than 2. I mean, literally, guys, every time I went to aim to the left, I had to basically move the whole tank destroyer. 2 degrees is nothing. When I first took off, I went to aim to the left, I thought my mouse actually had shut off because my gun didn't even look like it moved. That's how much it moved to the left. And you'll see in the first match, as I'm moving towards the first position, I went to move my gun and you'll see it go blip, blip. I mean, it just barely moves. But yeah, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have 2 replays for you. One's short and sweet and one's a little bit longer. So, like I said, in a nutshell, don't waste your money. So you want to hold on for a minute, I will be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So here we are in the ISU-130, and I apologize, the very first video I forgot to turn the volume down so you heard this. So I'll make sure I turn it down this time. And what I was saying about this is I'm going to keep it in the perspective, the view that I was watching. So watch when I take off, when I move the gun to the left. You're going to see it, if you even see it move, because it moves so little with 2 degrees of gun to traverse to the left. They really don't. I'm telling you guys. Right there, do you see that? Yeah, right there. I'm like, what the fuck, is my mouse broken? I really thought my mouse, something was wrong with it. I'm like, wait a minute. You see it moving? That's the full movement to the left and right with this. That's as far to the left as it goes. I thought there was something wrong with my mouse at first. I'm like, that can't be right. And you see me moving it to, then I moved it and I went to the right. And I'm like, well, my mouse is definitely working. I think I go back in this position, see, to the right and to the left. It doesn't go to the left. 2 freaking degrees. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I don't think I've ever been so negative about a tank of any that world of tanks has put out. You know, that's a premium tank. You know, there's a few in the tech tree that I've been like, don't waste your time and effort. But for a premium tank, most of the time I have got some good to say and some bad. The only good thing this has going for it is the gun itself, for the amount of damage, penetration, blah, blah, blah. Well, the penetration really isn't, I mean, 215 standard. Then it bounces down to 187 with your premium, but you do 570 average damage versus 490. Your HE shell's not too bad at 65 pens, 640 average damage. But it's a very map-dependent tank. As you can see, I can't very well go rocking around this corner because there's an IS-3A, autoloader, IS-6, T-29. Something else rolls up here, and you can't side scrape because you have no, your gun traverse is not enough to allow you to. I was trying to figure out, how am I going to get in here to try getting a shot off at these guys? And then you see the Oni, he just got waxed for 433 as he runs me over. And I'm thinking, yeah, this isn't going to work out. If I try and go in there, there's 3 tanks sitting there, I'm just going to get, you know, 3 shots and you're dead. So I thought, okay, I'm going to reposition. I'm seeing this ML1 there. I see the IS-6. I see some stuff over here. I'm thinking, I'm going to head over this way, see if I can help these guys. Well, the SG-122-44 is sitting up there. He gets taken out by the IS-6, and the IS-6 comes rocking down this way. And so I'm headed up there to try helping artillery out here in a few minutes. You're going to see I come around this corner, and I didn't realize it was an ML1. I was kind of surprised he was able to hit me, but I had to literally come up over a rock to hit him. Matter of fact, I want to kind of watch and see how the hell he even hit me. So right here I can see maybe hitting me. Yeah, right there I can see him hitting me. And that actually went right through the thickest part with a standard round. And the M01, if I remember right, the gun has 208 penetration. So 208 went right through the thickest part of the gun on this, the gun mantle. So everything else is 90 millimeters thick. This gun mantle obviously is going to be thicker. Went right through it with a standard round like butter. He actually goes through it again. I want to see where he hits me this time. So that one hit to the right a little bit. But do you think you can side scrape or anything with this? Oh, hell no. Not with 2 degrees of gun to the left gun arc. This ain't happening. So I see that it's an M01. I thought, okay, I'm going to try and at least take a shot at him. What the hell? Might as well at least get a shot off. And it bounced, of course. So 2 shots, 1 more shot, and I'm dead. So I'm watching this IS-6 come over here. And I'm thinking I need to go over there because we've got the 30.02D, which is, I believe, a Tier 7, and 2 arties, and tank destroyer that was over there just got taken out. So I highlight on him, like, hey guys, let's head over there. And the funny thing is, it's an IS-6 a heavy. The camo rating on that thing sucks. He actually gets on our cap as I'm coming up this hill and doesn't light until he shoots me, I think. Because I think it was a Centurion 5.1. I was trying to get turned around to shoot him in the ass, and the next thing I know, I'm dead from the IS-6 shooting me. So either I just was so fixed on the Centurion 5.1, I didn't see the IS-6, or he didn't appear until, you know, he took a shot at me. Because he disappeared, and I'm thinking where I'm up here, if he's down in this area, I should light him up. You know? I mean, proximity-wise, I'm close enough to, if he was down here, anywhere along in here right now, I should light him, you would think. And I'm going to kind of watch this view, because now this is fully to the right. That's as far to the right as I can move this gun. That's it, right there. And that's to the left. This is the gun arc, complete gun arc that you have. I got to pause right now, obviously. So right there, as far left, that's as far left as you can take. That's as far right as you can take. That's to the max. Right there. And to the left, boom, right there. So you've got this area right here. That's it. That is all you have to work with a gun arc. So otherwise, you have to keep moving your hull. And every time you do that, your nods and camo net and stuff go inactive. So here I'm scooting over this way. I'm going to kind of watch. Okay, so I was affixed on the Centurion 5.1. I just didn't see the IS-6. So I was going to try getting a shot on him, go bouncing down here, about flip it, and the IS-6 hits me and takes me out. But I didn't even see the IS-6, to be honest with you. I was just paying too much attention to that Centurion 5.1 because I wanted to shoot him in the pooper. But, well, so 3 shots and you're dead. So, yep, that's, our team goes on to miserably lose this. The enemy team lost 3 tanks. We lost everybody. So, yeah, this just did not work out. And like I said, very map-dependent tank destroyer. Due to the fact that you have no gun movement. If I would have realized that right off the bat, I would have probably gone on this area and those bushes, set back here. I would have stayed in the back. But when I was taking off at first, you know, I didn't see the stats on the gun arc there, so I didn't realize it was only 2 to the left and 10 to the right. If I would have noticed that off the bat when I was setting up and stuff, you know, so shame on me for not paying better attention to a tank I'm setting up. But anyway, so that's match number 1. Like I said, no matter how it goes, that was a shit game. You can't get any worse than that. 1 shot off that bounced, no damage, and 3 shots and I was dead. I show it. That's just the way I am. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to make it look like it's a pretty piece of machinery when it's a piece of shit, which I'm not saying it is. It's just the gun traverse is what kills it. When you can't move your gun to the left and right, it's worthless. So anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have a second replay which goes a little bit better because I did what? Stayed in the back. So if you want to hold on for a minute, I will be right back. Alrighty, so here we are again, and this time we're in Paris. And the first thing I thought is, oh, just lovely, a city map now. So I can get tore up in a city map. Then I thought, well, you know, I do see a lot of tank destroyers going to this area over here. figured I'd try my luck in that area. It's about the only spot I could think of going with, you know, basically 357 matchmaking, that I wasn't going to get my butt tore up between an auto loader or, you know, one of the guys that's got the tier 10 that's, you know, 2 shots and you're dead, or, you know, a dirt gun or artillery. Excuse me, I was just, and then this guy in the T-49 is such a rush to go nowhere fast. Then he gets on this 54A1 and starts pushing him. I'm like, this guy's a genius. So anyways, I figure I'll take me up a nice position in this here bush. Well, not this one, but the one up front here, so I can actually get my gun down to aim at stuff. So, in the first match you saw, now watch, this is what I mean by with the gun only having 2 degrees of gun arc to the left, 10 to the right, you're consistently, constantly moving the hull of the tank. I'm just trying to get an aim in on this T-44. And he came up high enough for me to hit him in the side of the turret there. He was aiming at the Bulldog. So, you know, that took a nice chunk off him. 476, 490 average damage. First hit, not very impressive. For the most part, the rest of them, that one there, I was like, oh, yeah, sweet. So we finished him off and ended up protecting our Bulldog, and so he can continue on to light other enemy tanks. Now, when I was aiming at this ELC, I was thinking he was on this side of the building, but he's actually on the other side, as you can see. I hate making it really big because then it's taken from the map there, or the view. So I thought I was going to get some shots off here, and I saw that T-30, and I'm like, oh, please come back up here again, because he's coming way up over, which basically is giving off his front hull, and when he's doing that, that's the weakest spot of the T-30. You know, you're going to go right through that hull, no problem. So whoever's playing their T-30 definitely shouldn't have played it there. And then he starts backing down like, gosh, bless America. So I don't know if he took a shot or not, but I'm going to keep aiming it on him. And I also know there was another TD right there. So we sling a shot in there and hit the J Panther 2 for 489. I'm like, yes, I'm liking this gun a little more now. You know, I think it's .35 accuracy, and then the T-30 pops up there. I'm like, okay. Somebody finished him off just as my round was coming, you know, aiming at, or coming in at him. So if whoever took the shot didn't hit him, I would have actually got the kill on him. But oh well, you can't win them all. Can't kill everybody yourself. You can try your hardest, though. And then I seen that ELC, and I'm thinking he's on this side of the building. And I look, I'm like, nope, he's actually still on the other side of the building. So then I'm thinking, do I want to go up after, you know, I'm looking at the enemy team, and basically they've killed 2 of us, we've killed 4 of them. So it's not working out too well for them. Kind of just sitting in the back here, just taking shots of opportunity. I want to make sure that that Centurion 5-1 doesn't pop up and I don't shoot him on accident. So I started moving up forward here a little bit just to get a better idea of what I'm going to be shooting at, and I'm thinking, I'm going to start pushing because now it's 5-2, and you know, we're starting to just kind of walk over them. Now it's 6-2. And I'm thinking, you know, I want to get some damage. We're up to 1266, 3 shots of damage. Not very impressive. Second match in this. I'm trying to show you what the gun can do. And again, I am shooting all standard rounds. I did want to try shooting a premium round, but in a tier 10 match, when you're dumping down to 187 penetration, the odds, you know, a lot of times the way people are going to face you, or what you're going to get shots at, 187 pen is kind of pitiful. So you'll see me get hit with a premium round here in a minute from the Super Conqueror. So he comes whipping out there, and we put a nice one right in the side for 539. I'm like, holy crap, I'm really liking this gun. And the reload is pretty good too. It's just you have no movement to the left or right, and you have no armor. But of course, the Super Conqueror is going to shoot you with gold rounds because he's a fucking dud. You know, he's got to shoot a tier 8 that has absolutely no armor with a freaking gold round. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait till they nerf the gold rounds and, you know, make it where they don't do so much damn damage. But payback's a bitch. He's going to pop out here. We put one in the side there for 471. Not a high, super high roll. I was a little bit bummed when he pulled out here. I thought up front plate, but I think the round actually went a little bit high. This shot hit him there for 549. I'm like, oh God, I love this gun when it hits. And it's really not bad at all with the what you can do with it. That round kind of didn't pull out enough for me to hit, but that's all she wrote. Ended up taking him out. But you can see he shot me 4 times with, actually, I'm sorry, 3 times with premium rounds. That knocked my track off or something. But if you're that sad that you got to shoot a tier 8 with a premium round, you might as well not even be playing the game. I mean, really. Unless you're, like I said earlier, in an auto loader that, you know, he was just over here shooting, you know, a big battle with the tier 10 behemoths over there, and he happens to come over here and still have 3 or 4 rounds in his magazine. But no, the Super Conqueror has a single shot gun. And if you look what he was shooting at, besides me with all 90 millimeters of armor, T-49, absolutely no armor. Kranwagen, lower plate has 90 millimeters of frontal armor. So basically, no armor. The Object 430, 100 millimeters of front lower plate armor. I mean, every one of these tanks, except for the E-100, I could probably see him, you know, shooting E-100 with premium rounds. But everything else that's left on our team, standard rounds with the Super Conqueror, is like, well, I think it's 259 pen, or it's up there, 268, 259, somewhere around in there, standard round pen. But they feel that they got to shoot those premium rounds. Well, I hope he didn't make shit for credits. But anyways, yeah, so like I said, other than the gun having absolutely shit for gun art to the left and to the right, great gun, hits hard. I mean, if you saw that, 549, 471, a little mediocre considering 490 average damage, but we made up for it for a 549, 539, so it does hit pretty hard. And the reload is awesome. I mean, 8.39 seconds or 8.35 seconds, whatever it was. I mean, for a gun that's hitting around 500 damage with an 8.39 reload, I mean, if they would just give it some more movement to the left and right, I like the ISU-152 or the SU-122S. Any, you know, those all have like 10 and 10. I believe it might be 12 and 12. You know, give it some decent gun art so that you have a chance to actually be able to aim at something. I would actually recommend this, but the way it is right now, it's just not worth it. You got to keep moving. Every time somebody tries driving in front of you, especially to the left, you got to constantly move in your bloom. You know, it's just going to be constantly big. So, you know, I just can't recommend it. Save your money. Get a 122S T144, or I can't think what that's, tier 7 tank destroyer. Can't remember what it is. Anyways, there's several other tank destroyers that you could easily spend $46. This is $46 for the cheapest one. Save your money, guys. Save it for a rainy day or something that's got better gun statistics. So anyways, I really hope this helped you guys out and determining whether or not you want to get this. It hasn't been released yet, unless you get a premium account, then it gave you the option to buy it early. But cheapest one as of right now is $46. That's for a tank, garage slot, and a crew with 1 crew skill that you get to pick. So anyways, I hope this helped you out. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.